I think he's scared of losing. I mean, he's scared of losing because that's his, his leverage for, to go around and have exhibition because of his undefeated record.
Let me ask you this.
Yeah.
What is the deadline? Obviously, Netflix already announced that you have to, what is the hard deadline to get this resolved?
Tomorrow.
Tomorrow, what time?
14th. End of business day.
End of business tomorrow.
Yeah. And we're getting ahead. We're getting ahead. As long as he's got smart people around him that can see the size of the opportunity, then they can make him a lot of money. More money than he's made in the last 5 years. During this time, the lawyers are communicating. They understand that he does not want to create a bigger mess out of this, and he wants to come to the table. So come to the table means negotiation, right? What does negotiation mean? He wants more than what's contracted in the agreement. Now, that's where all parties have to come to an agreement.
Manny Pacquiao says Floyd Mayweather backed away from the rematch for one reason: a fear of losing, and a reluctance to put the perfect record at risk in a real professional fight against him.
But if that record will ruin, then what else that he can leverage for to go around and have an exhibition match? Chris
Algieri and Paul Molinari said they believe Mayweather doesn't want to face Pacquiao again because the risk is real, and protecting the 50-0 record still matters.
The result more so than Floyd, but you know how Floyd is, man. That's gonna burn him if he's gonna have any loss in his record at any point. So there is a lot to lose for Floyd, and I'm actually, I think, probably much more to lose. But all right, let's see what the chat has to say. These chats are so small. The biggest thing, so this is Jeff Sunderland 3237. The biggest thing going against Pacquiao in the last couple of fights has been his legs. Do you think Floyd's bladed stance and advanced age will make this less of a factor? Yeah, I don't know if pace is going to really be the issue in this fight. Floyd is really good at slowing things down. And in terms of the technical fundamentals that he has displayed, that's like the last thing to go. And we've seen Floyd, these last couple of years, he still looks sharp. And his style isn't as effort-driven, as you always say, champ, like Pacquiao's, where he's got that starter step, that in and out, that explosiveness, he flies in. And we did not see that in the Barrios fight at all.
Inside Ring Show posted on X, Manny Pacquiao Promotions CEO Jazz Mathur revealed on Inside the Ring that Floyd Mayweather and Manny Pacquiao must finalize their deal for a rematch by the end of business day on April 14th. A detail that adds a quiet pressure to everything being said in public. The deadline, the timing, the expectation. Fans can feel the room tightening. Max Kellerman, speaking with Jazz Mathur, echoed the same point. April 14th isn't just a date. It's the line negotiations are expected to cross as agreement completion talks continue.
If I'm understanding correctly, if it's not going to resolve to your liking and Manny's liking by tomorrow, and Netflix is liking, then legal proceedings will begin?
I guess. Look, that's not directly in our hands or in my hands to speak on. There's many parties involved, but all I can say is we are making headway on it. There is a contract in place, and I think better sense will prevail here. We hope it.
Jazz Mathur says he sees fear in the way Floyd is trying to steer it toward an exhibition instead of a real fight. He adds that Pacquiao's achievements stand on their own, and that Floyd isn't as singular as people claim.
Is he scared? Why would he else make up try to turn it into an exhibition? So exhibition is completely off the table. He needs to, if he wants to be, look, he claims he's TBE. All the guys around him that are on his payroll claim he's TBE. Everyone claims he's TBE, right? But when you really look at it, the fans know Manny Pacquiao is an 8th division world champion. Yeah. Floyd Mayweather is not, right? Manny Pacquiao has certain accolades and achievements that Floyd Mayweather doesn't. Now, Floyd Mayweather has an undefeated record. So does Rocky Marciano. Great. He's not unique in any form or manner, right? Running around and wearing 20 necklaces and talking about yourself all day doesn't make you unique in any form or manner either. So you need the appreciation from the people. You need to be considered loved by the fans, right? The people's champ. So right now he's a real boxer. This whole money robbery thing with the exhibitions and what he got away with Logan, which he still owes $1 million to, by the way, that stuff needs to be, he has to understand we're in a different time today. We're in a different era, and step up in the ring and honor your obligation.
Manny Pacquiao says it isn't an exhibition. It's a real fight. He makes it clear he won't agree to any exhibition bout with Floyd Mayweather, reinforcing how serious his position is.
I think he's saying that he feels it's an exhibition and not a real fight.
Is that what he's feeling? But he signed a real fight.
So it's for sure.
Yes, the contract we signed is a real fight.
Real fight. Okay. Yeah, because I know he said
I want to fight an exhibition.
no exhibition. It's either real fight or not.
Yeah, it's a real fight. Yeah.
Is Fear still in Las Vegas?
That's the contract that he signed. I mean.
Yeah. So it's still happening then.
He has to remember that.
But it's still on. It's still happening.
Oh yeah, we did sign the contract already, so there's no reason why.
Why wouldn't?
Yeah.
Manny Pacquiao's team says the paperwork left no room for confusion. In their account, both sides signed a contract for a professional fight with the terms laid out clearly and directly. They stress that Floyd Mayweather knew exactly what he was signing in that moment, what the bout was and what it was not. From their perspective, that's why the recent shift in language matters. They argue he can't step back now and try to reframe the fight as an exhibition. A signed professional agreement, they say, carries obligations that don't change just because the atmosphere changes. And in boxing negotiations, they insist, simply switching the format isn't how these commitments are understood or treated.
Not like he didn't know what he was signing. He definitely knew what he was signing. He definitely knew what he was getting himself into. But what can I say? I mean, at some point things just get real, and it got real. So that's where we're at today.
Well, consequences are real as
Yes,
well. So
absolutely.
what is the ramifications of him taking that money and then not honoring the contract?
I mean, each party have their own damages, right? The production company that we're working with, Everwonder, will help put this together and have a great relationship with Netflix. They're one of the premier live sports partners for Netflix. They have their own claims and damages. We, Manny Pacquiao and Manny Pacquiao Promotions have our own claims and damages, right? We're sitting in a lingo right now, not knowing if this man is going to step in the ring or he's not going to step in the ring. Clearly, he doesn't value anything that he signs. He loves to tell people don't do bad business, but this is like as high as it gets on the ladder of doing bad business.
Chris Algieri and Paulie Molinági talk about how Floyd Mayweather has still looked sharp in recent years, and they point to something quietly important. His style asks less of the body than Manny Pacquiao's. Pacquiao's game is built on explosive in-and-out movement, constant pressure, and speed that has to be restarted again and again. Floyd's approach, by comparison, is controlled, defensive, and measured, less reliant on sustained bursts. They also reflect on Pacquiao's recent performance, noting that he went 12 rounds at an advanced age, which they consider impressive, even if the pace didn't stay high every single round. When they discuss the Barrios fight, they suggest Manny did well, but that the opponent's low output shaped the rhythm and limited what the fight could become. Even so, they credit Pacquiao's endurance, because going the full championship distance at 47 comes with a cost most people never see.
Well in that fight and end up getting a draw. It was more, I think, based on Barrios not throwing any punches, which we've seen be an issue.
On Barrios. It was more based on Barrios sucking. Yeah.
But
you say, go ahead, spit it out, kid. We know you're thinking. You say it.
I give it. I hate saying fighter sucked. You know that. I give it to Manny for making it 12 rounds. I didn't even think he was going to make 12 rounds because fighting 12 rounds at 47 years old, even at a moderate pace, quote unquote moderate championship level pace, super difficult to do. And I was there that night. I thought Manny was redlining it the whole time, and he didn't even fight the whole 3 minutes of every round. But I think with these guys, the pace is going to be slower. They're both older, but at the end of the day, man, fundamentals are fundamentals. I don't see Floyd falling apart in terms of the fundamental aspect. But there's going to be a question about chins. You haven't got a hit in a while. Chip, what do you think about that? These guys, both these guys, you never know. Like 47 and 49-year-old brains do not take punches the same way as 29-year-old brains.
That's it for today. Stay tuned. See you next time.